Today, let me talk to you about sacred bribes and the big fucking carrot. It may sound funny, but these tools have helped me push through barriers, break past my resistance, and actually hit some big goals. So, with most of us, we have things to do. We want to write a book, we want to create content, we want to make 100 phone calls, we want to sell 100 properties. Yeah, we want to go to the gym, we want to get our six pack. But it's hard. It's not easy. So I figured out something that has helped me immensely. Now, I like rewards. My brain likes rewards. Call them dopamine hits, if you will. So I decided to give myself a reward every time I hit a goal. And so the sacred bribe and the big fucking carrot ideas were born. So what's a sacred bribe? A small yet sacred reward that you give yourself for completing a task, for hitting a milestone. For example, imagine you had to write a chapter of a book. You didn't have the motivation, but you really wanted to buy something worth $100, a new video game or a new handbag. That would be your sacred bribe. So it would be a reward that means something to you, that will motivate, that will push you hard enough to write that chapter of the book, to go to the gym 3 times a week for 2 months. Yeah? It is something that is maybe slightly above the budget or a little bit expensive, something that you wouldn't get for yourself ordinarily. Or it could be as simple as going for a massage or going and for a weekend away somewhere. I try to tie the monetary value of these goals or these rewards to how big my project is that I need to accomplish, how big a goal I need to achieve. But it's not small things like taking a break after 10 calls and watching Netflix or playing a video game or sitting in the sun or going for a run. It's something that I actually tie in to these projects. So it's something I always want, it's something I want to buy, but I won't buy it until I hit my goal. And so that just gives me the extra motivation, the extra oomph I need to follow through, where in some cases I've lost focus, I don't have the discipline, nor the willpower to push through. There's just so much resistance, there's probably so much fear in needing, or there's so much resistance, there's so much fear in actually doing that activity. The sacred bribe is something that gets me excited. It's something that I know I probably wouldn't have purchased or I probably wouldn't have done normally, but it's a bit of a reward that I give to myself after I've pushed through, after I've worked my ass off. Yeah, but it gives me the extra motivation, that extra oomph, that extra push for me to really go for gold and finish what I need to finish. So, as an example, I wanted to shoot these YouTube videos. So, when I was in Japan recently, I saw this pair of shoes. I wanted to buy it. It looked pretty cool. But with this principle, I don't buy things just when I feel like buying or on impulse, because I feel like I need to deserve it or I need to work for it. I need to earn it. So what I do is I buy these things at that time. So I was in Japan, saw these cool pair of kicks, sorry. And I have it right here, okay? These, I'm not a shoe guy, but I like shoes, so I don't know what these are. These are Air Jordans. Don't ask me the make or model, but they just look really cool. So I bought these pair of shoes. This was a year ago. I haven't worn them yet, okay? So I'm a big believer in delayed gratification. Sometimes instant gratification for now, which could be at your detriment for the benefit of your future self. But it gets me excited because I do want to wear them, but I have to wait until 50 videos are published so that I can wear them. Yeah? And this motivates me to do 50 videos because I want to wear these shoes. Now the big fucking carrot. This is where it gets really interesting. The big fucking carrot is like the old metaphor, the carrot and the stick with the donkey. But the big fucking carrot is the sacred bribe on steroids. It is something ridiculous that I would never contemplate on purchasing or doing just on a whim. It's something that is significantly more expensive, or it's an experience that would cost a little bit more money. It's a bigger joy, essentially. Yeah. And I save these for the bigger projects, the bigger goals, the once in a couple of years or once in 3 year goals, or just a big milestone that I've hit, right? And this big fucking carrot gets me so excited that I want to do anything I can just to get my reward. Yeah. And it drives me, it propels me. The Nikes were an example of a small bribe, a sacred bribe. And going into a little bit about me, I'm a bit of a nerd. I like my Marvel and, you know, the comic book type of stuffs. But in particularly, I like the collector statues. Yeah. And there's these big statues that you just put up and they weigh a couple of kilos and they just look super cool. I like to think of it as my version of art. It's an investment. Yeah. It costs a bit of money, unfortunately. Yeah. So it's not cheap, but hence I only open them when I hit something really, really, really big. And I'll show you what I have planned for the end of the month. If I hit my goal, I get the chance to open this, and I'm really excited about opening this. And I found the big fucking carrot especially useful if I wanted to break a habit, i.e., you know, my first 30 days of not drinking, or my first 30 days of, not watching porn. That was really hard for me. So I use these big fucking carrots in order for me to super motivate me, because my desire for that outweighed my desire to do any of those things that were bad for me, you know, bad habits, right? Addictions. So the big fucking carrot, you know, saved me in that sense. So let me show you my big fucking carrot, which hopefully I will get in 30 days. I will get to open in 30 days. I'm really excited about this one. So here you go, my BFC, right? So this cost $1,000, right? It's expensive. I know I normally would never spend this on, you know, that's why I don't spend this amount of money at all, period. And that's why it's a really, really big treat for me. And in 30 days, I would have hopefully accomplished something quite big and meaningful that I feel like I would have deserved this type of thing. And because maybe I lack the discipline or lack the willpower, my brain works on a reward system, and this works for me. So the BFC.
What is it?
What is it? It is a statue of a Deathstroke, and it's a massive statue. Looks really epic. So, you know, hopefully we'll get to do an unboxing in 30 days and you get to see what it really is. But my BFC, yeah? Other examples of my carrots is, I love watches, right? So I have bought a couple of cool timepieces, and that were representations of big goals for me. And I like this concept so much because, I'm Indian, I'm Asian, I love a good deal. So whenever I see a good deal, I don't want to miss out on that. So, but what I do is I tie that to my goal. So there are some things I literally have sitting in a drawer for, let's say, 4 years, 5 years, because I bought it back in the day, but that was tied to a particular goal. So I haven't used it. Watches for me were my carrots. I loved my, a nice writing instrument. I remember my first Mont Blanc pen, and I bought that, 15 years ago. And I said to myself, I won't use it until I sign my first real estate deal. When I changed career, it took me 4 months and I got to use my first Mont Blanc pen. The next Mont Blanc pen was after I sold, I think it was my, 250th property, something like that. So it was sitting in a drawer for 2 years until I hit that mark, and then I was able to use my pen. I have another pen which I bought maybe 4 years ago that I have not used yet because I did not hit my goal. All right. So until that goal is hit, that's my big carrot. That's what's pushing me and allows me not to forget that I have these goals. So I'm, making progress day by day with all my tasks. But these are my two mental hacks, my two mindset tools that I use to push me, to propel me, to drive me forward, where I feel there are certain things in my life that just have a bit of resistance, a bit of fear behind it, where I'm hitting a wall and my willpower and my discipline are failing me. So I reframe it. I attach my reward system to it. Small rewards, big rewards. And I feel that works for me. So I'd love to know if you have a system, if this could work for you, if you already are doing this in some sort of capacity or in a different way. I'd love to know more about that. And as always, if you find that this has helped you, would love your support. Like, subscribe, and if you enjoy this content, there's a couple more videos like this. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Cheers.